Welcome to this healing root chakra journey. My name is Rebecca Harmon, and I'm excited to teach you some of the things that I've learned over the last 10 years in my energy, massage, and essential oil practice about the root chakra and what you can do from home if things are not in balance down there. So I'm going to cover 3 things that I commonly see in my practice where the root chakra is out of balance, and I'll just kind of walk you through what I would do for that issue. So let's get started. The very first issue, and the most obvious one, is going to be when you just feel not able to concentrate, flighty, like airheaded, like pretty much like a spaz. So whenever you feel like that, it's really possible that your root chakra is not grounded anymore. So in order to address that, my go-to essential oil remedy is always a tree oil, and my favorite is Arborvitae. So Arborvitae is a tree oil, but you could use pretty much any tree oil that you've got. I'm going to use a drop of that on one of my feet, and I'm just going to slather that over the sole of my foot, just a little bit, gently like that. Arborvitae helps me to release struggle and kind of the flurry of the spasmodic feeling, and it helps me to feel and be more aware of a divine presence that's near me. The other oil I want to use in this video is called Bennifer. Vetiver is from a grass. It's a very thick essential oil. As you can see, I'll drip it out. It takes a minute for that big fat drop to roll into my hand. It comes from the root of the grass, and so it has this wonderfully dirty smell, pretty much like freshly turned earth, which makes it wonderful as a root chakra remedy. Okay, so now that I have my oils on my feet, the practice that I'm going to invite you to try is to give yourself a juicy little foot rub for just a couple of minutes. Just put your thumbs down there, see what wants to be stretched, see what needs to be pulled or pushed on, or what wants to be rubbed and nurtured. This is a beautiful practice to just take a few minutes, like literally 2 minutes is all that it needs in order to recenter, get into the sensations, and be present. And while I'm rubbing this onto my feet, I might be asking myself the question, what will it take for me to feel here and now? And as I ask myself that question, with these essential oils on, and all of my intention being to bring healing into my life, I often get the answer in inspiration. So as I'm rubbing that on, maybe I'll think, oh, I just need to cover up that load of laundry so I don't think about it. Or I'm not going to be able to focus until I do such and such. And then I'll be able to do that thing and focus for the rest of the day, which is magical. So another thing you can try, if inspiration doesn't immediately come to you of what you personally need to ground, then I want you to imagine a tree. And I've got one on either side of me here, so it's perfectly, you can see it in the video. Imagine, think of how high up a tree grows, and look up at its branches and how high it reaches. Go ahead and turn the camera up for a second. See how tall these beautiful young apple trees are. And now imagine that their roots go just as far down into the earth. And just like those trees, I want you to think about yourself and how high you are from the ground. And I want you to imagine that your energy also goes deep into the ground, just like the tree's roots. And just as high up as you go, or even deeper, I want you to go that far down and imagine holding on to the ecosystem that's underneath your feet and feeling nurtured and receiving from the ground, just like the tree's roots receive from the ground. After you've completed such a visualization, you may feel so much more connected and grounded. And last of all, you might say to yourself as you finish up your foot massage, I can now allow trust in my inner compass. I know what I need. I know what I trust. Things like that can just really help you to remember who you want to be in the moment you need it most. Okay, now for the second thing. The second problem that arises really commonly with the root chakra is scarcity, or not feeling enough, or even perhaps greed. And I want you to consider the thought that if you think all the time, it's not good enough, it's not, there's not enough finances, there's not enough time, any of those feelings like that, I want you to think, would this be good enough for someone else? Would this be enough money for someone else? Would this be brave enough or pretty enough for someone else? And if the answer is yes, then perhaps you've got a little bit of this greed or scarcity feeling, because if it's good enough for someone else but not good enough for you, then perhaps there's some feelings going on there that aren't serving you the best. So in this space of a little bit of panic, a little bit of greed, a little bit of scarcity, I'm going to reach for an essential oil called orange. Orange oil is the oil of abundance. And it's going to speak to my soul and to my energy that there is enough. And if you need to imagine what that looks like, see the trees that are around me again. Can you see that they're overflowing with apples? Like, the apple is already coming. The promise is on its way of a beautiful harvest of apples. And I want you to imagine an orange tree just with its branches laden with fruit. So heavy that they're like bending down. And there's so much fruit, you can never eat it all. There is so much fruit, you could never even harvest it all. There is more than enough to journaling. So I might be rubbing this oil on my tummy, and I might be questioning things like, do I believe that I'm worthy to receive more? Is there anything that I'm doing to limit gifts that would otherwise flow to me? And as I think those thoughts and I journal the answers, I brought up thoughts from my past and phrases that surround me from my upbringing. Things like, I have to get a piece of the pie, or there's that person has more money than brains. And I realized that a lot of my mindset around abundance is limited by the way that the philosophies that were around me when I was raised. And so I'm going to go the next level deeper. I've started with panic and scarcity. I've used orange and I feel a little better. But now I have the potential to go to that next deeper level, this like farther in layer of the onion. And so now I'm going to look up essential oils that might help with the traditions that I was raised with and how I can change my mindset concerning those things so that I don't feel lack and scarceness in the future. Because your chakras, they can be like put back into place and all shored up and beautiful by a practitioner. But if I continue in the same thought patterns tomorrow and the next year or next week or next month or every Christmas or whatever it is, then I'm going to continually have a lack with my root chakra. So I want to go that layer deeper so I can get to the root of what's going on with me. So I'm going to look up in tons and tons of resources that I have available to me. This one is this one that I'm going to use in this video is called Essential Emotions. And I find that petitgrain, which is an essential oil that also comes from the orange tree, interestingly enough, it comes from the twigs and the branches of the orange tree. And petitgrain addresses negative family patterns that have been inherited. So I'm going to use this one on my lower back where I need support, so that there is always emotional and symbolic meaning with where I put my essential oils on my body. And for this video and for this purpose, I'm going to use this petitgrain on my lower back. I'm lastly going to use Litt essential oil. So Litt essential oil is the oil of manifestation. And it's going to help support me in wanting to change the thoughts and the feelings that I grew up with. So I'm going to take Litt and also rub that on my lower back, just like the petitgrain, or I might also rub it right over my solar plexus here, underneath my rib cage, right in the center where that third chakra is, in order to feel empowered. And to it's a warm oil, so I'll feel that warmth and that heat generated and that kind of fire element to come in and help me to feel empowered, using more than one chakra to balance just the one root chakra. It's amazing. I love it. Okay. And I might rub on this Litzy and think to myself, I have everything that I need to create the life that I want. Now, the last thing that I see come up in my practice pretty frequently is a feeling that dishonors the body. It might be more than one feeling, it might be more than one thought, but it's anything that makes you feel or think that your body isn't good enough. Any feelings or worries that make it uncomfortable for you to be in your own skin. It might manifest like overeating or undereating. It might manifest like unkind thoughts that continually roll around in your head, self-hate or self-loathing. So any of these thoughts come from the root chakra and don't make you feel safe in your physical space. And so when we're dealing with those kinds of pretty heavy emotions, we're going to start by using pink pepper. Pink pepper is the oil of inner equality. And I'm going to read you a section from this book about pink pepper. Most individuals are caught in a cycle of constant comparison by placing themselves either in a one-up or one-down position in every situation of their lives. Pink pepper energetically assists individuals with taking the middle path of equality found through their own self-acceptance. So this pink pepper, you can use any of the ways that we've previously mentioned in this video, or you can drip it under your tongue, which is the way that I want to do it, because it's a symbolic place to me. It will help me to remember to speak kindness towards myself. So it would look like this, just a drip under your tongue. You also could put it in your water alternatively, or you could cook with it and get that flavor and that frequency into your food and therefore into your body, into your tummy. Okay, that's pink pepper. Another essential oil that's one of my favorites for compassion on the body is Magnolia. Magnolia comes from a flower, and so it's a beautiful feminine oil. The inviting sweetness of Magnolia draws the senses in with gentle, pure, maternal nurturing that deeply facilitates healing on a soul level. Magnolia inspires the willingness to see the divine beauty within each soul. Magnolia is a tonic for those who feel separated from the divine feminine and desperately need the lost teachings of a loving parent who can guide them on the path to greater happiness, progress, and unity. And this book that I'm reading from, Essential Emotions, inspires me to use Magnolia on my heart. I might choose to use these essential oils by themselves as singles, just Magnolia or just pink pepper. Or I could look at this page and see that there is a host of companion oils that are suggested, and I might decide to develop a blend using other essential oils like coriander, that's the oil of integrity, or grapefruit, that's the oil of honoring the body. So I'm going to put up for you a blend here that I've made specifically for this class and for chakra healing and for the needs of yoga teachers as individuals and how we can be a light and a positive influence on others and on their bodies. So I hope you like that blend. If you would like to learn more about blending and the art of putting different essential oils together for their energy, I have a video that will play after this one if you want, that you can watch that will show you more about that. As I inhale or ingest those essential oils, I may be inspired to do physical activities. And this can happen anytime you use essential oils energetically, but in this case, personally, I'm inspired to forest bathe or to go hiking. I'm inspired to do pottery. I'm inspired to get my hands into the earth and to garden and to pull up weeds. And all of these things bring more earth element into our lives and can be very healing and balancing for that root chakra. And that can in turn heal my self issues. Thank you for taking this time out to learn more about your root chakra with me. I really truly hope that you find more balance, more passion, more light, and more love in your life through balancing your chakras.